Hey there. Have you ever found yourself feeling a little more tired than usual, like your get up and go just isn't what it used to be? Maybe your joints ache a bit more, or you're wondering why you're not bouncing back from a cold as fast as you once did. I've been there too, and it got me thinking about what's going on with our bodies as we age. One thing that kept popping up in conversations with friends, and even my doctor, was vitamin D. It's not something we talk about every day, but it turns out this little nutrient plays a huge role in keeping us feeling strong and healthy, especially after 60. I'm so glad you're here with me today because we're going to dig into why it matters and how to make sure we're getting enough of it. You might be wondering why vitamin D gets so much attention when we're talking about senior health. Well, it's kind of like a behind-the-scenes helper for so many things our bodies need to do. It's not just about avoiding rickets like we heard about as kids. It's about keeping our bones solid, our energy up, and even our spirits bright as we enjoy these years. As we get older, our skin doesn't soak up sunlight as well to make vitamin D, and we might not be eating all the foods that give it to us either. That's when things can start to slip, and we don't want that. So, in this video, we're going to explore 5 key ways vitamin D keeps us going strong and some easy steps to make sure we've got plenty of it. Let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about how vitamin D is like a best friend to your bones. I don't know about you, but I've had moments where I think twice before stepping off a curb, worried my legs might not hold me up like they used to. Vitamin D helps your body pull calcium from your food and tuck it into your bones, keeping them sturdy. My friend Joan, who's 67, started noticing her knees creaking more than her old wooden floors. Her doctor checked her vitamin D levels, found they were low, and suggested she get more. She started taking a little supplement, and she swears she feels less like a fragile teacup these days. You can get it from foods like salmon or fortified milk, or even a quick chat with your doctor about a supplement if you're not sure you're getting enough. It's like giving your skeleton a quiet high five. And while it's busy with your bones, vitamin D's also pitching in to keep your muscles strong. That's a big deal because strong muscles mean better balance, and fewer wobbles when you're walking to the mailbox or chasing after the grandkids. I started feeling this myself a while back. My legs would get tired faster on my daily stroll. Turns out, vitamin D helps your muscles work smoothly, almost like oil in an engine. My neighbor Tom, who's 72, had a similar thing going on. He wasn't big on fish, so he started sitting in the sun for 15 minutes a day, nothing fancy, just on his porch with a cup of tea. He says he's got more pep in his step now, and he's not tripping over his own feet as much. A little sunshine or a bite of tuna can go a long way toward keeping you steady. Now, here's something that really caught my eye. Vitamin D can give your immune system a boost too. I've noticed that colds seem to hang around longer than they used to, and it's no fun feeling under the weather when you've got plans. Vitamin D helps your body fight off those pesky bugs, keeping you in the game. My cousin Linda, who's 69, used to catch every sniffle going around her bridge club. She started adding a vitamin D drop to her morning routine, her doctor's idea, and she's been bragging about how she's dodged the last few rounds of colds. You can find it in egg yolks or fortified cereal, or just soak up a few rays when the weather's nice. It's like a shield for your health, and who doesn't want that? So, we've got vitamin D looking out for your bones, your muscles, and your immune system. Pretty impressive for something so simple, right? It's amazing how it's working away in the background to keep us feeling good. And there's more to this story, because it doesn't stop there. Let's keep rolling and see how it lifts us up in other ways too. Alright, so we've been chatting about how vitamin D is like a quiet little helper for your bones, your muscles, and your immune system. It's pretty amazing to think something so small can do so much, isn't it? I love how it's just there, keeping us steady and strong without us having to think too hard about it. And the best part is, there's even more to this sunshine vitamin that makes it such a big deal for us as we get older. Let's keep going and see how it touches a couple other parts of our lives that really matter. One thing that's been on my mind lately, and maybe yours too, is how some days just feel heavier than others. You know, those mornings where you wake up and the world seems a little gray, even if the sun's shining? Turns out, vitamin D has a hand in keeping our spirits up too. It's like it's whispering to your brain, hey, let's brighten things up a bit. I've had friends tell me they feel a difference when they're getting enough of it. My pal Ruth, who's 70, used to dread the winter months. She'd feel down and draggy when the days got short. She started taking a little vitamin D with her breakfast, something her doctor suggested, and she says it's like someone turned the lights back on inside her. You can get it from a few minutes outside on a sunny day or a bite of sardines if you're feeling adventurous. It's a gentle lift that can make those tough days a little easier. And while it's helping your mood, vitamin D's also doing some heavy lifting for your heart. I don't know about you, but I want my ticker to keep going strong so I can enjoy all the things I love, like gardening or just sitting with a good book. There's this connection between vitamin D and keeping your blood pressure in check, which is a big win for your heart. My neighbor Bill, who's 74, had a scare a while back when his doctor said his numbers were creeping up. He wasn't big on pills, so he started walking outside in the morning sun, 2 birds, 1 stone, he called it. Over time, his checkup started looking better, and he credits that bit of sunshine for helping him out. You can also find it in fortified orange juice or a small supplement if the sun's not cooperating. It's like a little love note to your heart every day. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Vitamin D even plays a role in keeping your mind sharp. I've had those moments where I forget where I parked the car or what I came into the kitchen for, and it's frustrating, right? There's some evidence that getting enough vitamin D might help keep those brain fog moments at bay. My friend Clara, who's 68, started noticing she'd lose her train of thought more often. She wasn't sure what to do, so she asked her doctor, who suggested checking her vitamin D levels. They were low, so she added a few minutes of sun to her routine and some fortified yogurt to her mornings. She swears she's remembering names better now, and she's got a little more bounce in her step too. It's not a magic fix, but it's like giving your brain a helping hand to stay on top of things. Isn't it wild how vitamin D keeps showing up in all these places? It's boosting your mood, looking after your heart, and even giving your memory a nudge, all while it's still keeping your bones and muscles in line. It's like this one nutrient is pulling double duty to make sure we're feeling our best. And there's one more piece to this puzzle that ties it all together, something practical and easy that'll have you feeling like you've got this in the bag. Let's keep the conversation going and see how we can bring it all home. So, we've been talking about how vitamin D is like this amazing multitasker, keeping your bones strong, your muscles steady, your immune system ready, your mood lifted, your heart happy, and your mind sharp. It's incredible how much it does for us, especially as we enjoy these later years, isn't it? I love how it's this quiet little boost that can make such a big difference without us having to turn our lives upside down. Now, let's wrap this up with one more way it helps us out, plus a few simple ways to make sure we're getting enough of it, because knowing all this is great, but putting it into action is where the magic happens. One area where vitamin D really shines, and I mean that literally, is in keeping your energy up. I've had days where I feel like I'm dragging, like my battery's just not holding a charge anymore. Turns out, low vitamin D can leave you feeling wiped out, and as we age, that can hit harder. My friend Ed, who's 75, used to nap every afternoon because he just couldn't keep going. His doctor found his levels were down, so he started spending 10 minutes in the sun each morning, nothing fancy, just sitting on his patio with his coffee. He says he's got more zip now, like he's not running on empty by lunchtime. You can get that lift from a piece of salmon for dinner or even a fortified cereal in the morning. It's like a natural pick-me-up that keeps you in the game. Now, with all these benefits, bones, muscles, immunity, mood, heart, brain, and energy, you're probably wondering how to make sure you've got enough of this wonder vitamin. The good news is, it's not hard to weave into your day. Sunshine's the easiest way. Your skin makes vitamin D when it catches those rays. I started stepping outside for 10 or 15 minutes a few times a week, maybe while I water the plants or just sit with a cup of tea. If the weather's not playing along, food's your next best friend. Think fatty fish like tuna or mackerel, egg yolks, or stuff like milk and orange juice that's got vitamin D added in. My neighbor Sue, who's 71, loves her scrambled eggs, and she's thrilled they're doing more than just tasting good. If you're not sure you're getting enough, or you don't get out much, a little supplement might be worth a chat with your doctor. It's all about finding what fits your life. And here's the thing, you don't have to do it all at once. Start small, maybe a sunny walk this week or a glass of fortified milk with breakfast. I began with a few minutes outside and worked my way up, and it's become this little ritual I look forward to. It's not about perfection, it's about giving yourself that edge to feel stronger, steadier, and more like you. Picture it, your bones holding you up, your energy keeping you going, your mood bright, and your heart ticking along, all because you're letting vitamin D do its thing. My cousin Pat, who's 69, says it's like he's found a secret weapon for these years, and I couldn't agree more. So, there you have it, vitamin D's your partner in keeping your health humming, from head to toe. Whether it's a bit of sun, a tasty bite, or a quick check with your doctor, you're taking steps to feel your best. I'd love to hear what you think. Do you get out in the sun much, or is there a food you love that's got vitamin D in it? Drop it in the comments below. I read every one, and it's so great connecting with you. Maybe you've got a trick that's worked for you, share it with us. If this has sparked some ideas, give the video a thumbs up, it helps more folks like us find it. And hit that subscribe button so we can keep chatting about ways to thrive. Here's to feeling strong, staying bright, and loving every day. We're in this together. See you next time.